July weekend, and we remain on KD Watch. Sound familiar, huh? Happy 4th of July to all of you out there. Thanks for being with us in the latest and greatest edition of Free Agent Fever with 3D Dennis Scott. I'm Jared Greenberg. Over the next 30 minutes, we've got Summer League highlights from the California Classic. Plus, we'll check in on the W, but all eyes in the basketball world still focused on the Nets. Kyrie and KD, at the time that we were producing this show, still members of the Nets, but we are still curious as to what their future will look like. Got to imagine every basketball team in America. You've seen some of those college teams saying they want to trade for KD. Yeah, well, that does not go past the champs as well, according to Mark Spears from ESPN. Mark saying that, listen, it's no surprise that the Warriors have interest in Kevin Durant. Remember, he won a couple of chips with them. So does more than half the league. It's Kevin Durant. You better make the call if you're an NBA GM. It's Kevin Durant. And Spears saying, listen, every team has to do their due diligence. This is not breaking news. It's not as if the Warriors are on the doorstep of reclaiming Kevin Durant. But the question right now is, where do we stand? And we see the topic bar here. The Suns, the Heat, the Warriors, the Raptors, and every other team under the sun wants Kevin Durant for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I think Warriors fans may have said, well, what are we talking about? It makes the most sense out of all the teams. Y'all had him last. Y'all won championships with him. He got MVPs with you guys. So why not do your due diligence, look at it? Will it probably happen? Probably not. But one thing about Bob Myers and Steve Kerr, they're going to do their due diligence. They're going to look. They're going to see what they have to give up. Yes, they have a lot of assets. Yes, they got a lot of young guys. So then on the flip side of you say, does it fit? Well, why doesn't it fit? Right? Like the personnel's there. You're going to win right away. It's not rebuilding. You know who Steph Curry is. You know who Klay Thompson is. He's going to be better again being another year removed from his injuries.
And let's not forget, too, as Ryan McDonough, former Suns GM and our front office
Great job,
analyst here who's been on with us the last several days, pointed out on day one of this whole saga, you look at the young core of players the Warriors have to offer the Nets that would be enticing, from the unknown of James Wiseman to Jonathan Kuminga to potentially Jordan Poole to Moses Moody.
Yep.
All those guys, right? It kind of makes sense. You know, it's interesting, though. We've seen DeJounte Murray go for 3 first-round draft picks in a trade. Now Rudy Gobert for 4 unprotected first-round draft picks. Can you imagine what the haul will be that Sean Marks and the Nets are asking for?
It's real simple if I'm the Warriors. Draymond, give KD a call.
Right.
It's real simple. Hey, KD. We know what happened. We've had the podcast. We've ironed it out. We've talked about it. You want to rekindle? You want to go ahead and win 2 more championships? You want a chance to get some more MVPs? Steph got his MVP now because the naysayers Steph had to get his MVP. He's got it now. But if you're talking about winning 4 of the next 5, all the stuff that's going on social media, he gives you a great chance of doing that.
Yeah. Now, listen, let's forget about the Warriors for a second. Everybody acts as if Sean Marks and the Nets need to get this done yesterday.
No, take your time.
Now, maybe it does get done in the next few minutes or the next few hours.
Sean Marks, take your time. Take your time. Take as long as you need because he's that type of player. I'd be sitting there talking to my owner and saying, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't trade him. We've invested in him. We believe in him. Let's sit down and go to dinner, have a glass of wine, and can we figure this thing out? You and Kyrie don't like each other as basketball players anymore, but y'all still boys off the court. So be it. Give us a chance to figure out maybe we can use Kyrie and get enough pieces to keep you happy and stay.
And with the 4-year contract that kicks in now for Kevin Durant and the fact that he always says he's a hooper,
right?
Would Kevin Durant really pull a Ben Simmons and sit out?
No.
Okay, so
I will go on record. I know one thing about KD. He might be, on social media and a little bit of sense that people like to say, but he's not going to fake hoop.